So, um, this happened, and when that happened, this happened. Pretty reasonable reaction to us conceding a 96-minute equaliser to drop 2 points when a win would have seen us go second, 2 points off of Coventry, leapfrogging Middlesbrough. But I'd love to say, I have to say, lads, round of applause for me because I'm famous. I've got the Andrew Gilding. Oh, it's not. Oh, it's not. It's just some random bloke. I hope for his sake that it is just a random bloke. Who is this fucking fat div? Embarrassing fat ugly cunt. He can't be Millwall. I can't be Millwall. Someone that's been watching us for, I want to say 15 years. No, 17 years. I've been going to Millwall games at least once a year for the last 17 years. 17 years I've been supporting this club. I've seen us lose 3-2 at Wembley. I've seen us win 1-0 at Wembley. Twice! I wasn't old enough to be there for the FA Cup final. Had I been born 3 or 4 years earlier, I would have been. But I can't help that, can I? But I like some of the responses to this. Because, again, some people defended me. Some people agree with me. And then you have JJ, who I actually follow. I think that might be slightly ironic that we follow each other, and he doesn't know that it was me. But he will know it's me because I'm going to quote this, not this tweet, but Andrew's tweet with this response video. Hi Andrew, if you're watching. How you doing, fella? Look, I've even put yellow on. 2015 away shirt, by the way. But never seen him before. It seems odd we'd get a YouTube melt just as we start looking for promotion. Well, first and foremost, Lions TV exists. He's been doing this for at least 8 years now, if not longer. Unfortunately, he stopped, I think, either at the end of last season or the beginning of last season. But we also had Millwall Tube, who, sound bloke, same age as me, was also doing YouTube content. And I've been doing this for 2 years now. Well, maybe not 2 years, a year and a half, or about a year, um, with just watch-alongs on a dedicated channel rather than, you know, here and there, which I've done so far for every year because I started doing them last season, um, because unfortunately I can't go to Millwall games that often anymore. But 22, 23, and before that, I was. Even passionate, I'll give you that. Of course. A lot of people were just laughing for the league even after the draw. But you've got to put it into context. When you dumb it down, it's stupid. Because you have to put it into context, we're playing Oxford United, a team that before this year, before the season started, everyone I saw, including the bookies, had them to get relegated. When you win 4 games in a row and you go to Oxford and you're 2-1 up in the... Look at it, it's 95 minutes and 47 seconds is when they put the ball in the back of the net. 95 and 47 seconds of 5 scheduled minutes, although there was supposed to be an extra minute played. Fair play to the referee. I don't necessarily agree with dickhead of a cunt of a referee. Don't really agree. I feel like the only things... You might see it if you're a little bit... I wouldn't say deluded is not the right word. If you've got rose-tinted glasses on, and you're a bit biased, you'd think, because the referee did give more of the minor decisions Oxford's way. But do I think he got most of them, if any of them, wrong? No. Was he right to keep playing after we cleared that free kick? Yeah, because Leonard went down for nearly 2 minutes. It's nothing to do with Oxford. I'm not angry at Oxford. I'm not pissed off with Oxford. But it's yet another performance where we're 2-1 up in the 90-something minute. Look at Cardiff last season. And we ended up missing out on the playoffs by 2 points. We were coasting against Cardiff. They scored a 97th minute equaliser. And we went on to bottle the playoffs again. Yes, we've had a better start. Yes, we've won 4 in a row, unbeaten in 5. But we've got to go to Birmingham tomorrow, which could make us winless in 2. And see us slip further away. We're 3rd in the table. A win would have took us 2nd. 2 points off of Coventry, so we could look up, lick our lips at the thought of Birmingham, and beat them. Hopefully Coventry drop points and we never on points. Result. Now, I'm looking at Birmingham as, if we lose, could be a problem. Because although you can say, yes, we're 4th. Yes, we're up there. It's a draw. It's good. Look at this. Okay, Bristol City got pumped by Stoke. Coventry and Middlesbrough dropped points. Hull won. Charlton drew. Ipswich, Watford, Birmingham all won. Everyone down to 11th. From 3rd down to 11th. Won, except for Charlton, who drew with Swansea. And we drew with Oxford. And Bristol City lost to Stoke. Look at everyone's next game. Cov play Sheffield United. Middlesbrough play Leicester. Stoke have Oxford. We've got Birmingham. Bristol City play Blackburn. Preston play Swansea. Hull play Derby. Charlton have West Brom. Ipswich and Watford play each other. But if you just ignore Birmingham, Watford, Ipswich upwards, and we look at Charlton upwards, and we look at Hull, Preston, Bristol City, Millwall and Stoke, if we lose to Birmingham, let's be honest, we go out of the playoffs. Hull beat Derby, Preston beat Swansea, and Bristol City beat Blackburn. That's how fine this season is. It's so closely competitive at the top end that you have to be beating teams at the lower end, or you could find yourself slip away 3 games winless and you're suddenly mid-table. When last week, before the Oxford game, we were talking about fucking automatics. If Watford could do us a favour and we win, we got automatics. Simple maths. So rather than being on 26 points, we're now on 24. Rather than being uncatchable by literally anyone below what Stoke would have been, we could see ourselves outside of the playoffs, even if we draw. if these three teams win. Put it into context. You should be beating teams like Oxford if you want to get in here. But we don't. And it's another year like Blackburn 22-23 or Cardiff last season, who ended up getting fucking relegated. It's another instance, even Wigan that season, we bottled against Blackburn. Another instance of a team we should be beating that end up finishing in and around the bottom six, 18th downwards, that we don't win again. That's my frustration. That's why I've fucking smashed the shit out of my desk here, which is actually all intact. It's still fine. Look at that. That's why I was so angry, because once again, I want us to be in the automatics. I think other than Coventry, the second place spot is there for anyone who can put together some form, get some consistent results going on, and go on. And again, I said this on this very live stream last week. If we go to Birmingham and win, I'll hold my hands up and say I overreacted. It's fair enough. We're back again. And that that we, I shouldn't be thinking so negatively. Keep the positive hat on. But I don't think that we will beat Birmingham away. I don't think Birmingham are good. I think we should be beating Birmingham if we want to finish in the top six. I don't think Birmingham are a top six side. I feel like mid-table, lower mid-table. Same with Charlton. I think when it comes to it, Charlton will slip away at some point and maybe finish 10th, 11th or 12th. Which will still be a good season for them. Don't get me wrong. But again, I have no problems with you doing this. It's funny. You look back, you've rattled, your club has rattled the team that you were playing against, or one of their fans anyway. It would be funny. If I'd seen a Charlton fan do this after we equalised against them, I'd laugh. Would I not? If it was Birmingham on Tuesday, there was a Birmingham fan after we scored. If we scored a 97th minute winner, it's 0-0 the whole game, and we score a 97th minute winner, and I saw a Birmingham fan crashing out, I would laugh. I have no problem with this. But to say that you've never seen him before, and that coincidentally it's just as we start looking good for promotion. We've looked good for maybe not for promotion, but we've looked a good team for playoffs. 3 out of the last 4 years. Or 4 out of the last 5. Where we should have made it. But key results at key times have stopped us from getting in there. Use your fucking brain. And to you, James, if you end up seeing this, I don't know if you will. Put it into context. I don't do this shit because I give a fuck about what anyone says or thinks. But for Andrew to say this, hi Andrew, I hope you've watched all of this. Famous darts player, big Andrew Gilding, wins a lot of world titles, doesn't he? But again, probably isn't him. Let's be real. And if it is, I'll hold my hands up and say, hey, I've made it. I'll be recognised by a famous darts player. Andrew Gilding, not an A-list darts player like your Van Barnevelds, your Van Gerwins, your Luke Littlers, Humphreys, even Bo Greaves is probably a bigger name than Andrew Gilding is. But I don't do this shit to give a fuck what people say. I do this shit because I enjoy it and I want to express my opinion that I have the right to do. As a Millwall fan who's been watching us for 17 years, I've watched us get promoted. I've watched us get relegated. I've watched us lose 2-1 to West Ham when our keeper got rugby tackled before Winston, is it Winston Reid? I think it was Winston Reid or Stephen Reid, one of the two, thundercunted the ball into an empty net. I've seen Gary Alexander thump one in from 35 yards, and I've not seen a better goal since. At Wembley, anyway. Ultimately, we lost that day. I watched Paul Robinson chest the ball down from a corner, poke it in past Swindon. I watched Charlie Austin miss that one-on-one. I was there live. I was sat in the corner, and I was directly behind when Shane Ferguson, I think it was, put the ball in. Gregory flicked it on and Morrison headed it home, toe poked it home. I was there. That was on my birthday. I was there. 14 years old. And since then, since that day, 8 years ago now, we've been in the Championship, and for 3 or 4 of those years that we've been in there, we probably should have been in there. Should have been in the playoffs. So forgive me when once again we've lost to a team that we have to be beaten if we want to be in the playoffs, and I get angry. Sorry. And to say that I can't be Millwall, I'm probably more Millwall than you are.